team that you send to the team, to the support team, and I will answer those questions, and then you'll be able to ask me any questions you wish. And we do this AMA in this chat, in this group this time, just like maybe for a change, So it's not moderated as always, but probably we need to also support our main group. So let's get started. So what was happening last week? I think a very important thing happened. We almost launched the Waves DAO. You committed more than 100 power tokens to it, and there's one step to go actually. So we need to basically I need to send XTN there. So we have some surplus XTN on Virus from that XTN that was assumed, or like former USDN that was assumed from the bad debt on Virus. And I think it's a great opportunity now to let the community decide what to do with it. People are asking why are we doing this? Why not just to pay it to Virus stakers and people who are stuck in Virus? But I think we could spend that money on reviving, on like Waves ecosystem revival, on funding some projects that are like launching on Waves now, and that should be very helpful in terms of like general situation in Waves, and that in turn should help the Virus situation as well. So it's not so much money; it's like a little bit more than $1 million at the current rate. So it's not like huge money. So we'd better spend them like strategically, and the community decides what to do with it. So I hope, guys, that you will be wise and you will maybe spend it wisely. You will spend it on some good projects on Waves. So yeah, and it's happening actually. I am trying to transfer USDN right now, and maybe I'll do that because there is some kind of like a multi-signature account, but I think I'll be able to do that during the AMA actually. At least I'll try. And if I do that, the Waves DAO will be launched, which is awesome. So what else was happening on Waves? The audit for the gateways is moving forward. The results will be there. I can't tell you exactly when, but it's coming. And meanwhile, as you know, we started to buy back old gateway tokens from the market. So the price is very low, but okay, if somebody wants to exit, they can do that. At the same time, like I'm doing some like fundraising attempts. I hope I'll be successful. But let's see how it goes. So there's like a lot of moving parts here, and situation is not like very good at the moment, but so we're moving forward, and there is like a lot of things that we're doing now, and it's gonna work out eventually. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like trying to do a couple of things at the same time because I need to transfer those funds to the DAO treasury. So I'm like doing some stuff. Sorry. Okay, so I have a couple of questions from the team. Let me find them. Okay. What's the reason for different token price on WX and other exchanges? When will it be solved? So you're probably mentioning all gateway tokens, and all gateways are being like phased out at the moment. So you can't deposit to them, and also we will have to cancel alt withdrawals because that would be a better way to make sure that people don't lose money. For example, Binance changed their addresses and deposit addresses, and I think it's good to cancel just in case. You know, so that's why a token price for alt wrapped gateway tokens is different from the like real price. Now, this is a problem, of course, and we are trying to solve it. But at the same time, Wave Change has integrated new bridges, like not completely integrated, but it's like it's coming. They're launching new trading pairs, new pools, and there's these new bridges which are like transparent, decentralized, and they're like fully operational. So it's gonna take some time until there is more liquidity on Wave Change, but we have made the first step, and it's gonna improve pretty soon. Because as I said, the new bridges are fully operational, and there is no issue with them. Next question. When cross-chain with Ton? Ton is blockchain network from Telegram founders, as you probably know. And I think like I'm not really involved in this, but I think the team that is creating the new bridges, Pepper team, is gonna integrate Tom. I have my doubts about Tom, but I wish them well. At least they're all like very original, I would say, you know. So it's like their chain is pretty different from other chains, and I would be happy if they succeed actually. So in any case, there is a pretty big community, and if they are successful with Telegram integration, which I think is pretty possible, Ton might become a major player in crypto market. So let's try to cooperate, to collaborate with them. And I think when Pepper team integrates Ton in their bridges, there's going to be some like cross-chain transfers between Waves and Ton, which should help Waves. Maybe I'm not sure about how it can help Ton at the moment because they're like pretty big now. But it wouldn't hurt either. Yeah. So basically, let's see how it's gonna work out for Ton. But in any case, I think we will have some bridges to them. Okay. So yes. So maybe I'll make some kind of summary of our plans for the next week at the end. And now I will let you speak. Let me find somebody who wants to speak. Who wants to speak? Guys, raise your hand and speak up. Who wants to speak, guys? Guys, who wants to speak? Yes. Hey, hey, my friend, you're on. By the way, who you wanted to speak. Hmm. Changed his mind.
Oh, now you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. So I have a question about Huobi. As most of us know, there are sources online claiming that Huobi also provided a well, substantial amount of liquidity on virus. Can you confirm
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah. It's not it's like it's pretty well known. Yeah.
So are they experiencing the same issues as us users, or
Of course,
and
even worse, even worse. They are
so
experienced. They
they
have a lot more
so
money stuck there. Yeah.
so they didn't have
Mm.
any kind of special terms or something?
No. What you posted in our channel is like completely wrong.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, thank you. Hmm. More questions, Frank? You are on, Frank. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I hope you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, hi.
All right. So I was wondering about all these new PPD tokens that are
Uh-huh.
replacing the old stablecoin tokens,
Uh-huh.
and there should be they're going to be we're going to need a lot of different pools in order to get some to swap them to different coins,
Mm-hmm.
or to actually to swap them to the new coins.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any proposed solutions for that already?
Yeah, they're launching. So basically, you can't launch them like immediately because there is this governance process on with the change, and we can't override it. It would be like it is possible probably, but people wouldn't be happy. So launching a new pool basically takes, yeah, but it's pretty fast because there was like it was a three-step process. First, you had to vote for the token, then you had to vote for the pool for the token, and then you could vote for the inflation in that pool. Now the second stage is basically scrapped. There is now like voting for the pool. And once the token is verified, you can immediately vote. A pool is launched, like by default, if somebody wants to launch it. And you can vote for the emission immediately. So the whole process, I think, takes 2 weeks. And we are launching those pools on our own, pools with the new Pepper tokens. But you could do that as well, actually. So, for example, you can launch USDT to some token that you like. It's okay, and it actually, or you can launch your own token, get it verified, get it vetted by the community, and then you can launch a pool, and you can even vote for WX emission in that pool. So as you know, there is some issues with liquidity now that we have. So that somehow like limits the number of pools that we are able to launch. So if
Yeah.
anybody could help us with that, that would be awesome. So if you want to launch some USDT to some token pool, you're very welcome to do so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should try to set up the mega pools to solve this problem. Do you think it's possible to use the liquidity from the Wave style treasury to initiate stablecoin liquidity?
Maybe yes, if you vote for it, that would be awesome. I think next week, actually, so what's gonna happen with Wage DAO next week? I think the first proposals will be made, and okay, so I have a couple ideas, guys, but I'm not like gonna be forcing those ideas onto you. So, but if they're reasonable, you will accept them. If not, it's okay. So, but you can come up with a proposal to, for example, launch some pools with that funds because it's gonna
Yeah.
be lucrative in terms of profits. Actually, it's gonna make you some money. I mean, like the community, because for
Yeah.
example, if you because if you just like look, if I'm like I have with exchange in front of me the pool page, and there is some crazy APYs there. For example, for USDC pool, you have like 50% APY, and if you do boosting, I think it's even more. So I understand that the liquidity is not like huge, but still, So I think it's because not many people invest in waves now due to obvious reasons, but those who do make good money. Actually,
So yeah, what I'm trying to find out for myself as well is if the the gateway tokens are going to be um, one-to-one to the new Pepper tokens.
yeah, but I mean, you mean new PPT tokens or old tokens? Because as you know, there is this DPEG situation with old gateway tokens.
Right,
History.
right, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, and the idea is to gradually buy them back with the fees so that the price goes up, and eventually they should actually be closer to tag. So but for now, it is what it is. We need to buy
Yeah,
them
okay,
back,
got it.
and maybe somebody can help us if they believe in us. But I'm not like, I'm not promoting this. So obviously, it could be a good profit opportunity for some people. If the situation is resolved, and it will be resolved, and the tokens are like closer to peg, people who buy them now on the market will make very good money.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm
all
not
going to
like
depend on the
I'm not
audit,
promoting
right?
this. Yes, sure. In any case, so like I can't guarantee you anything, but this is what we are doing, and I basically like I am sure that this will happen, like because this is what I'm doing, one way or another. So
Sure, thanks.
they're in a very bad DPEG situation now, but once it's resolved, people who buy those tokens now will be in profit.
Got it.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Frank. Thank you, Frank. Yeah. Vladimir wants to speak. It's always a pleasure. Please speak.
Hello.
Hi.
A pleasure for
Hi,
me.
Lola. Yeah.
I wanted to extend about the question from Frank. Actually, I think it's possible to utilize mega pools to solve the liquidity crisis. We've discussed with you that it's possible to launch a mega pool for stable tokens. So I think
Puzzle, yeah, it would be a good idea actually. Yeah, it would be a very good idea.
so. I think it's kind of priority now for us to finalize a proposal how it can work. So it will be interesting to publish it, and maybe people will love it, and we can launch it.
Cool.
It's not so difficult.
If you, Yeah, that is much faster than on Wave Change actually. So on Puzzle, it's much faster, and the good thing about Puzzle, you can launch a pool with multiple tokens at once. So you don't need to launch like pools with a pair of tokens. You can launch a pool with like 6 tokens, for example, and it makes things so much faster. So it would be awesome if you guys could do that.
Yeah, we will try to do it next week. I mean, it's not a joke.
Week, okay.
The goal is to publish it next week.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I wanted to also talk about PowerDAO. I committed some powers, and I'm really looking forward to the launch of WasteDAO. What I wanted to ask is how you want to proceed with different parameters for voting. I mean, somehow there should be a quorum amount, duration for the voting, also like slashing parameters. Who will decide them?
I think we will have some kind of proposal that the WasteDAO community has to vote for, so we can basically compile the proposal offline, maybe with all the details, like the length of the voting period, quorum value, and such. and then we will have to vote for the proposal like all together. So like we should create some kind of like aggregated proposal for the whole mechanics of Waze DAO and vote for it. I think we can do that next week actually. Yeah, that would be the easiest thing. So we have some defaults actually, and if community likes the defaults, I don't remember. Like actually, I have to ask the team what those defaults are. I think we can actually move forward with them. But if you want to change something, we need, I think, to come up with one proposal to change all the parameters, so we don't have to vote for each parameter separately, and just vote for everything at once and be done with it.
Yep. So sounds cool. Will be interesting to know the default parameters actually, but I think we will know.
Yeah, I
the
will
next
share.
week.
I don't remember like so I will share it. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like I'll transfer the fund now. Actually, maybe like within 15 minutes. And I think there's voting will be possible next week already.
Oh, okay.
So we can basically start the operation next week, and this is my plan to get everything going next week.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Also, maybe you can spoil on proposals you want to make, because honestly, it's a bit difficult to understand how it will start. What will be the first proposals? For example, I have different ideas.
I think actually yes. I have a couple proposals in terms of like some good things that could help people, because my goal is very simple. I need to. There is a situation in ways and it's like ongoing, and we're in the situation for a year already, and it has to end sometime. So my goal is to end the situation, make sure we are moving forward. So what I'm going to be proposing in ways DAO should be profitable for the participants. At the same time, it should resolve the situation that we are facing. For example, what can we do? Like, you know, a very basic proposal. Some people want to sell their LP tokens from virus. And we were doing that actually. I announced that we were doing that, but I think the DAO can take over with this. So basically DAO can buy back virus LP tokens, vesting LP tokens, stake them, and receive some cash flow, because they're buying with a discount, obviously. So when you buy LP token, you buy it with a discount, for example, with a bot, and then you stake it back into virus, and then you start receiving staking, and it's a profitable operation. So basically, you're making money with this. It's a very simple thing that would allow some people to exit virus, but at the same time, it will be profitable for the DAO. So this is not the only proposal that I have in mind, but I think it's a typical one. So the idea is to make money for the DAO, and at the same time help some people with their situation. For example, if they have some funds stuck in virus and such.
Yeah, sounds actually very smooth, you know. But don't you think it would be bad to bring this 20 million or whatever it will be, $1 million of exchange? Isn't it too much, like to bring?
No, but it's gonna be a part of it. I think I think we could spend on that like 10% of the treasury. And also like no. So there has to be like many different proposals. And there is other projects, for example, that want to launch on Waves. For example, like probably you know some people who want to launch on Waves now. Yes. So and we could find their ideas basically with this. So I think the DAO can have some like preferential treatment here. For example, the DAO can buy those tokens in bulk, for example, with a 50% discount, something like that. Okay, it's like and before the IDO. So I'm probably investing. They should be vested, of course. So there is no dumping, but that should be very profitable. And as you know, there is some very solid projects that are ready to launch on Waves, and they could have launched maybe earlier, but because of the situation, those launches were postponed. But I think it's a good moment now when the new bridges are working. People can bring liquidity to Waves, participate in the DAOs, in the launches, and the Waves DAO can actually provide some kind of like seed funding or like to become like some kind of like strategic investor for those idea launches.
Yeah, it sounds actually very good. So it's kind
Yeah.
of competitor for Waves Labs, right?
It's
It can.
I think yes. So basically, I think everything on Waves should start happening through the Waves DAO. Basically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
From now
Okay.
on. So we have this like first quarter when basically people don't want to participate with funds now, but it's fine. And the DAO will be bootstrapped with the funds that we have on Virus, the excess funds. But I hope my plan is that in 3 months, when the first like milestone is reached, because there is like this KPI settlement period every 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
people will be able to deposit again into the DAO, and in 3 months, if we are successful, I think we should be successful. People will start participating with actual funds, so it's not going to be about donations anymore. People will bring their own money because they should see that these mechanics work. There is some like incentive for the decision makers to make right decisions that benefit the community, not only themselves. And that governance model should prove to be valuable. So let's see what happens in 3 months. I hope that once the DAO is bootstrapped with this donation, it will be successful, and that in turn will attract more funds in the future.
Yeah. Okay. But probably the last question about this is how detailized should be the proposals? For example, should we vote to buy Virus LP tokens at the predefined price,
Yeah, I think it should.
or we
Yeah, so
just
basically, you're gonna be, you're gonna be posting on the forum.
Mhm.
There is this power protocol forum, and there is a separate section for Raise DAO, and I think the more detailed your proposal is, the higher probability that it will be accepted.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so because the community will decide, like because as you know, you have, as far as I remember, you have 13 tokens, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I think I have 13 as well. It's like it's some kind of coincidence. So anyway, I guess I have 13 tokens as Vladimir actually. So, but in any case, we won't be able to decide on proposals, so because we don't have any kind of majority here. And I think there is like 110 tokens now. So all decisions will be made by the community. So the better your proposal is, maybe even like if it looks nice, if you worked on it like long enough, maybe if it's like if there's some like pictures on it, there's
Yeah.
you'll be more successful with it. So the better it is, the higher the chances are that it will be accepted.
Yeah. Yeah. It matters a lot for community. Don't you think that people will be afraid of slashing actually? Because as far as I understand, slashing is like 100% of the amount.
No. It wasn't
How
like that.
much is it?
We should. I kind of forget. I forgot. But there is like in the proposal for the wave down on the form, there's this breakdown. So basically, if the value goes down by 10%, there is no slashing. If it goes down more, there is some slashing, but it's pretty smooth. So basically,
Mhm.
maybe 20% of tokens can be slashed. But I think the way we're launching it is pretty good because people don't risk their funds actually because the funds are donated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there is not a lot of pressure on people now. So I think people need to understand that some power tokens can be taken from them. But I think in any case, it's a good opportunity to make some money because they don't have to uh, donate or spend any funds of their own. They can basically manage the funds that have been donated. So I think it's a good start, and it's like no stress here. So you don't have to think what's going to happen to your power tokens, and you should probably focus on profits, on making decisions that will be profitable for the community. And if they're profitable for the community, for they're profitable for you, you know. So this is the idea of PowerDAO. So by benefiting the community, you benefit yourself as well.
Okay, yeah, sounds very fresh. Actually, a long time no fresh projects on Waze, so can't wait.
Thank you,
Can't wait.
thank you all.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Let's get started. Yeah, bye. So more people
Yeah, me again.
who wants to speak? Yeah, hi, Simon.
What happened to all those funds from LP and LP and Lambo staking? Because people can't withdraw those either.
They can't exit Lambo, you mean?
Yeah.
But let me check. Actually, I'm not so sure about that. So you're saying that you can't exit Lambo now?
LP and Lambo staking. I mean, people have funds in there. I mean, they can't withdraw those either, just like any other user on Waves Exchange.
Yeah, but because they can't withdraw all gateway tokens, right?
Exactly.
This is because of that. But they can withdraw all gateway tokens from Lambo.
Yeah, I mean, but aren't those funds supposed to be somewhere on an exchange or something? I mean, after all, those are investment funds.
But we actually we're back to the same problem. They can't exit because they can't withdraw their old gateway tokens, and for Lambo it's no different.
Yeah, but I mean, those funds are supposed to be invested somewhere. Am I right? I mean, according to the UI within Waves Exchange, they have been doing fine somewhere. I don't know, Binance or whatever.
I can explain actually the situation with Lambo, you know, so because it's like, you know, so if you can't see this on your, but probably it's pretty hard. I'm not gonna accuse you of like not, your inability to use Waze Explorer.
No, I mean,
this time is different. Let me continue. Yeah, so basically, yeah, you can't trade this because it's like interchain. So yeah, Lambda was based on XTN, on USDN, and basically because of the DPAC, basically it was hard to. It was all backed by XTN, and
it
because
was
of the
all.
DPAC, we had to liquidate USDN to liquidate people who had money to liquidate funds in Lambo. That was like what we had to do. So, and actually it's going to continue. Once XTN is at higher valuation, people will be able to exit Lambo. This is, but I don't think there is a lot of people there. And I have to ask, actually, I don't know. I'm not so sure about the amount.
But if they were based on XTN, why was the UI within Waves Exchange showing that those investments were doing fine? Because XTN wasn't doing fine.
Because when this pack was packed, actually, it was all correct. You know, so the problem started when USDN packed. That's when the problem started.
So
Because
ever
we
since
were unable to convert it back to like tables, and that's why this situation actually happened with Lambo products, because it's obviously was backed by USDN. So basically, Lambo transferred like profits APY from XTN staking to participants.
so
And when they wanted to exit, yeah.
So the UI has been showing incorrect data for more than a year now on Waves Exchange.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean? So XTN, when USDN depacked? It happened not a year ago.
Yeah, whatever, a couple of months ago, whatever it is.
Yes, yeah. But that might be true, yes. But the problem started when USDN depacked.
The people responsible for those funds, it's the trading team, right?
There is a team obviously who worked on that. Yeah. What do you mean trading team?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the Waves has a trading team which is led by Leonid Matveev. And I mean, why doesn't he make a statement about it? Maybe he knows more about it.
Because I'm in charge of waves, my friend. I'm making all the statements. I'm like, if you want to accuse anyone, accuse me.
No,
Very
no, I'm not
simple, very
accusing
simple
anyone. I mean,
idea.
but you have to
Yeah,
give
but
away
you
some
and you tell me,
responsibility.
no problem.
No, you have to. I
No,
mean,
I'm
obviously,
responsible.
you're giving
Yeah,
you're
I'm
giving.
not giving. No, I'm not giving away responsibility. I'm responsible for everything. Zero responsibility. I'm giving away, like zero.
So you're doing
You
everything
understand?
that. I mean,
I'm
but
doing
why can't you
everything.
tell us where the funds are?
I'm doing everything. I'm responsible for everything. It's a very simple idea.
But why can't you
It's a
tell
very
us where
simple
the
idea.
funds are if you're responsible for everything?
I will tell you, definitely will tell you. So
How long does it take you?
But yeah, as you know, we have announced some kind of audit, not some kind of audit, but an audit. And once it's over, I will tell you. It's very simple. So I can't tell you now because if I wanted to tell you, I would tell you that the audit is over, and that's when
So
I
you're
will
doing
tell
the
you.
audit.
I'm doing everything. Okay.
So what does it look like so far?
I will tell you once it's done, man. Don't rush it.
All right.
More questions?
Yeah, it's me again. Hi.
Hey, Frank. Hi.
I was a little sidetracked in our discussion earlier. So what I was actually referring to is that we need one wrapped USDT in Waves. Right now, the PPT tokens are being rebranded to USDT in the Waves exchange interface, and we're stuck with an USDT minus WXG. And for example, if another team called China Bridge Team starts a new bridge, they will start a new wrapped USDT token in the Waves ecosystem. And I think this is an idea from the Neutrino chat where we should set up some kind of pool or decentralized application app that is able to convert every kind of USDT token to a universal wrapped USDT token. So is there?
Good question. Very good. Yeah, let me explain and maybe talk about it a little. So, Pivot team decided to do that this way. I discussed with them, and I think it's more safe this way. So, to have like to have a specific token for each network, not to have, for example, one USDT token, but to have like USDT Polygon, USDT Ethereum, USDT Waves, and it's a mess from like UI perspective maybe, but it's pretty safe in terms of like accounting. So because if you want to do one token for all the chains, you have to do some kind of like rebalancing under the hood, either through the pools or somehow like internally. So this is the usual problem with gateways and bridges, so you can't really make them perfect because you have to deal with different networks, and sometimes it's a mess. So they decided to do like each a specific token for each network to basically simplify the accounting and make sure we actually, or they can't have the situation that they're like experiencing now with the old gateways. But anybody can build some kind of wrapped tokens on top of those tokens. So basically, you can create one USDT token, which somehow aggregates USDT Waves, USDT Ethereum, USDT Polygon, USDT Tron. So this is the idea, and I think there's like several teams on Waves who are considering this, and it will be done. I can tell you, like, because I kind of understand who will do that.
Yeah, I got it. From an accountability perspective, I got it.
Yeah, accountability. It's only because otherwise it's not safe, because you have to rebalance. For example, if one token is depegged, for example, like some chain whatever the chain might be, went down, and all those tokens in the chain are kind of like inaccessible. In this case, it affects that wrap token, and this is the problem. So it's better to keep them separate and have a new token be built on top of those tokens, and it should be a separate project. So this is the plan here.
All right, got it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Frank. It was a good question, actually. Okay, so when someone wants to ask me, Ahmad, you're.
Hi Sasha, hi all.
Hi, Ahmad. Hi, Ahmad. How are you?
My question,
Yeah.
my question is there a plan to improve the user interface and user experience of the Wi-Fi platform?
Sorry, user experience where? Could you repeat? Ahmad,
Yeah.
could you repeat, please?
Uh, is there a plan to improve the user interface and user experience of the Wi-Fi platform?
Some plan to enhance user experience and user interface.
UI,
I
UX.
think you can, yeah, I think you can come up with your suggestions, what you think can be improved, and we will do that. What can be improved always in terms of like user experience? I understand that there is a lot of problems now, but in terms of user interface, tell me what can be improved. Hey, Ahmad. Hey. Okay, maybe you can elaborate a little bit later. As for the user interfaces, maybe some kind of like general remarks can be made. What can I actually tell you about that now? So we always try to create very simple interfaces. I think it wasn't always successful. But let's see what happens with like the next iteration of Waves, because we are working on integration of EVM now, and the idea is to make a very simple process of transition between Waves and EVM chain, so that people could just switch between both networks, like under the hood somehow. So you don't have any kind of gateways or bridges between two different Waves chains, like Waves and Waves EVM, Waves Ethereum chain. And there is this proposal that we are discussing now, and it's going to be based on zero knowledge proofs. So it's pretty cool, because we are doing we're killing two birds with one stone. We will have EVM on Waves, at the same time it's going to be based on zero knowledge. And in terms of user interfaces, I think the idea is to create a very smooth transition between two networks. But I actually like ways of change UI, to be honest. I think it's pretty good. So it can be improved, but it's okay. Okay, more questions, guys. I can't see any more questions. Last time it was more active, but okay, it was maybe in a more active group. It was in the FOD group. So maybe we should switch back to the FOD group again next week. And I think that group works pretty well. At least people can blow off steam there, hate me, call me scammer. It's okay. So if you like it, if it makes you happier, Okay. So yeah, so next week was gonna be on Waves next week. Power DAO launch, like proper launch, Waves DAO. I mean, users, stakers will be able to vote for actual stuff to be implemented, or something to invest the funds in. Uh, what else? Our Turkish friends are working on launching Turkey Charity DAO, and there's going to be some event next week. So I'm not really participating in that, although the idea was mine, but now they basically took over the project, and I wish them well. What else? So more, some information will be released about the gateways. Please understand that it's not in our interest to try and drag on the situation too much. Yeah, maybe something else I'm missing now. So sorry. Let me just check maybe some kind of my notes or something. Yeah, minors voting. Yeah, basically, today, the node team, the core team, has released this new feature on the testnet that we proposed, but it was my idea. Okay, to split the mining rewards in 3 parts, like 3-way split. 2 ways goes miners as before, 2 goes to Waves DAO, and miners receive LP token return that they can sell actually. So in this regard, nothing changes. But they can have some potential upside from Waves DAO. And 2 Waves goes to XTN buyback. Yeah, guys, I just noticed that it's an audio chat, not video. Let me actually show my face. So, at the end, I just didn't realize that. I forgot that you can do video chat here. Hey everybody. So yes, this is important. I think, yeah, Virus new markets, Virus guys were not able to launch this week. There is a lot of legacy they have to deal with. So the launch of the new markets will happen next week. And there is like actually a nice proposal from the community to somehow combine buyback on with the change with resolving virus. So thank you very much, guys, for this proposal, and I like your involvement, and it's awesome. I didn't really understand the proposal at the beginning, but I think it makes sense. Maybe a solid proposal if you follow ways closely. We have to think a little more about that, but I think something similar can be implemented. More details next week. Stable coins withdrawals will be canceled next week. It's pretty messy and it's hard to do fast. So this week it didn't happen, but it will happen next week. Yeah, basically that's it for the next week. So things are moving slowly, but they are moving. So DAO is launching, and there's a lot of development for Waves 2.0 actually under the hood for both. One, we have a very interesting idea that we are already implementing, and for EVM/L2, the idea has been like finalized, which is very important. I think this is the most important thing, at least for me personally. Okay, so till next week, other things are moving on. Power to the people. Waves DAO is launching next week, like properly. You guys have a nice week. See you in Waves channels. In FAT channel, I'm there every day. Till next week, I love you all. Have a nice, productive week. Bye.